Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes on Tuesday, the 20th of November here on Share Talk. Starting off with Falanx, where you can see that the shares have broken this falling wedge just in the last, well, I suppose, a couple of sessions. Also, the 50-day moving average at 3.31, and while we're above the 50-day line, looking for at least the 200-day moving average at 4.31, and obviously after that we've got August resistance just above 5.5. Only really back below 3p, ringing any alarm bells on this situation. Haydale is next, and I did suggest that with the gap through the gap within the falling wedge here, there was a better chance, or it's a decent buy signal for the shares running through 20p. While we're above 20, looking for the 50-day moving average at 30, and ideally we stay above that low gap area at 16.5 in the meantime. But shares trying hard there to improve and break higher. One of the success stories of the recent past has been Itaconix. I think covering that when it was around 2 or 2.5p initially. You can see a nice vertical move there, melting through the 200-day moving average at 4.94 as if it wasn't there, which is always a plus. And also heading back above the old gap down there at 5p as well from June, as if it wasn't there, which is also a plus. So looking for the stock to fill the gap up to 12p, which was left from February, and that target value, especially while we hold above the 200-day line in the meantime, which looks as though the shares might be able to do. On to a rather more volatile situation, Okyo Pharma. Here I drew, and you can still has it left there on the chart, falling wedge, which was broken in middle of last month. The only thing left since then has been to break above the 50-day moving average at what's that, 1.74, which it looks as though the shares are doing. I suppose maybe if you're cautious, you want to leave the shares to try and break 2p, which has been post-September resistance, before getting too excited. But it does look as though the stock has or is starting to turn around reasonably well. PCGE is next, and here you can see that we broke the falling wedge there also in the middle of last month. Nice move higher from the beginning of November, also clearing the 200-day moving average just around current levels. Big target here, the most optimistic scenario is that we head towards 0.35 or 0.4, which is a March resistance line projection, and that target valid especially while we hold above that August peak at 0.14. So maybe a chance of trading that relatively tightly, only back below the 50-day moving average there at 0.09, fully negative on the stock. Stock which I know has some fans around the place, Physiomics. Here we broke the falling wedge at the end of last month, a bit of a sideways shuffle along the 50-day line there, the blue line there at 4.15, but today the bulls have managed to make a decent breakthrough. Ideally, we hold above the 200-day line at 4.84 on an end-of-day close basis today, tomorrow, or during the rest of the week. And if we do that, then the target here would be towards 7p, which is post-May resistance. See how that pans out. SolGold is a recent favorite here. Had a bit of a hiccup with the after the bullish gap that we had towards 45p. We've come back and rebounded off the 50-day moving average at 36p. That's the blue line there, and while we hold above that, looking for at least a retest of 45p, last month's peak. Finishing off with UK oil and gas, which I was lucky enough to interview today. Just looking at the charting situation, so far it looks like we've had a bear trap from below that 1.67p August floor, and while we will remain above that, one would be looking for at least a return back towards 2.2p. But obviously we've had that brief move below 1.5, and at least while we're above that, what the bulls might feel that they are back in business. If you're cautious on the stock, maybe wait for an end of day close above the 50-day moving average, because that has been the sticking point for the shares basically since September. So maybe a little bit more work to do on that at the moment. That's it from me. More updates tomorrow.